Well, the residents that we've spoken to today have been very informed about the elections, very kind, very friendly, very open, and seem interested in the political process.
Well, we're getting a lot more people today than we were before. There's a lot more people home and a lot more people willing to talk to us, which is great. And they're also pretty excited about the electoral process in general. Everyone has been talking about the election. They know that it's coming up. A few didn't know the dates, but they have them now.
Well, there are a few people that, because they don't have children, they say they're not really thinking about voting. But then there are some that weren't even aware of the election, so there's some that say they might, think about voting.
Well, I've heard that they are actually willing to get out and vote. Met a teacher. He said he was really excited about getting out to vote because he wanted to make a difference in this election. And also, we met somebody else. He didn't even know about the election and that he could vote early, so it was good providing him with that information.
I'm hearing that folks are really, involved and interested in the elections. Almost everyone we talked to was either planning to vote or once they find out about voting are then planning to turn out. And some folks were wanting to vote and were thinking that because they were going to be out of town, they weren't going to have a chance to. And so when we told them about early voting, they were very pleasantly surprised.
We were able to inform a couple people, I think, that actually genuinely cared about what was at stake. And as long as you get a couple people, I think it's really worth the time doing this. But what do you think?
I think many people are glad to be informed. Once people found out that it was about the children, they were a lot more receptive to what we had to say.
And we did get one guy who didn't know, and he was like, oh, maybe I should make this a habit to care about this because I do have kids. So there are a couple good responses.
Actually had one that didn't know about the election. She was young. I think she was like 19. She was on the list though. But she didn't know about it, and I told her, and her eyes kind of lit up and was like, well, she didn't know about it. And then I was like, so it's now that you know, will you go out and vote? And she was like, definitely. And I was like, will you vote early? She was like, no. She was like, but I will go out on the 11th. I was like, well, thank you. And I was like, that's all we really want for you to do.